Pranam.
Sadhana.
Say blessings to all of you. Thank you for this opportunity, the World Yoga Community, Guruji, for this invitation, and also Dr. Kripal, who personally invited me, and also Simran Kaur Khalsa, who was part of this invitation. So it's my privilege today to sit with these great souls who have sat for the last 1 hour, sharing the great wisdom of yoga, the wisdom of union. Yoga, if you were to go back, it's one of the oldest form of union. In the Yogic Sutras, it is mentioned when there was nothing, there was union. When there was nothing, there was union. So before creation, yoga or union was really there. And then that union, that beingness, that union, that oneness, in the words of Guru Nanak, Ik Oankar, that beingness wanted to know itself. The beingness wanted to know itself. And being became knowing. Now we know, you are knowing me, I'm knowing you. Wherever you look, you are knowing. So the being in us became a knowing. In the in the modern perspective, you can call this the Big Bang. The soundless became the sound, and the sound vibrating everywhere, from my heartbeat to the flow of the blood, and to the flow of the prana, and to the most important pulse in your body, known as the Shushmana pulse. In the center of the spine, there is a sacred nerve. And this nerve, according to the yogic teachings, at the blink of the eye, vibrates 70 times. And that is the source of our glowing in this time and space. So sound, Shabad, glues us here. Shabad in the beginning of the time, the soundless sound decided to know itself, and one became many. In the sutras, it is mentioned, Ek to anek bhai. From one, it became a many. The ocean decided to dance, and it became the waves. So they call this dance of Shiva sometimes. In the Islamic tradition, this is described as kun fayakun. The Vedas describe this as ekoham bhausyami. And in the words of Guru Nanak, ek to anek bhai kita pasao, eko kawao tiste hoye lakh dariyao. Uncountable waves came into being. And now because this being became knowing, and I'm just going to repeat myself, in this moment, we only know knowing. We have lost our being. The divine started to play and got lost in its play. And this is called Leela. You and me are the divine waves of one ocean. You and me are these divine frequencies of the primordial sacred sound known as Oankar. And to go back to that being, this knowing, have given birth to different tools. And one of such tools is yoga. Born, yoga, the wisdom. Born, bloomed on the highest land on the planet. I hope you're with me. I'm going slow. I'll keep it very simple. We will go a bit into the history, and then we will dive into an experience of what it means to be in union, what it means to be in yoga. Yoga was born, bloomed in the womb of Himalayas, the highest land on the planet. Because it is the highest land, yoga is known as the highest wisdom, the wisdom of union. Beyond religion, beyond the different traditions, it's a tradition of union, unifying everybody. And in this great tradition of unifying everyone, many great masters played an important role. Uh, Many great masters, not one. Again and again, the cosmic divine hum, the primordial Shabad, sent many great sages, the awakened ones, the bloomed ones, the fragranced ones, so that we can know our being, because the being has lost itself in its knowing. And one get such sage of the Aquarian age. So time is divided into the different zodiac signs, and our times is known as the Aquarian age. In Kali Yuga, there is a specific time frame, we call it the Aquarian age. And Guru Nanak is known as the sage of the Aquarian age, where people will flow like water, where people will merge like water. We are doing it now. We are living our individuality and we are trying to dive into our similarity. This is a water element, the Aquarian master, Guru Nanak. It is said that Guru Nanak, one specific day, he went to take his daily dip. Just a bit of a history first. He went to take his daily dip. It is called sadhana. It's called sadhana. We are incomplete without sadhana. Sadhana means saha. Saha, dhana. Saha means breath. And dhana means treasure. There's a treasure in your breath which you are missing all the time because you're lost in the knowing. You have forgotten the sutra which connects you, that sound, that sahadhana, the treasure in the breath. The prana it is called, the chi it is called, the vital force it is called. Oh, I will go deeper. God it is called. The breath as a pavan guru, that wisdom which unites you. And this is not a philosophy. Am I not connected with you through my breath? I may be individual here, you may be individual there, but the breath has connected us. It always connects. It is the one primordial sutra, Sagala Samagri, Tumra Sutra Dhari. The sutra of Guru Nanak says, everyone is one mala, all connected through one single thread called the sutra. You and me are all connected to the sutra of the breath. So Guru Nanak on this specific day, mastering the sahadhana in search of the treasure in the breath, the prana, prani, if you're with me, this yogic terms. So the human experience as name and form, as time and space, this is called prani. Confined consciousness, right? And then you have prana, prani, prana, breath. And you have pranapati, God. So there is a single thread which not only connects every one of us together, but it also connects to us, to our source. So prani, prana, and pranapati. So there's a treasure, there's a connection, there is a unification through the breath which we are missing all the time because we are lost in this called the vrittis. We are lost in our samskaras, our memory, our patterns, our identifications. Collectively, it is called the ego, but it's nothing but memory, vrittis, samskaras. So we have lost in touch with our sahadhana, with the treasure in the breath. And Guru Nanak, on this specific day, in search of this treasure, in his sadhana, early in the morning, when it was neither day, it was neither night. Whenever something will bloom in you, my friends, It will bloom when two polarities merge, when Shiva and Shakti unites, when yin and yang dissolves, when you are neither in this extreme, you are neither in this extreme. Where both extremes merge, something will bloom. And the ancient sages, they have described this specific time in the morning when it's neither in the day, when it's neither in the night. You are not in any of the polarities. It's called Amrit Vela in the words of Guru Nanak, Brahma Muhurta in the ancient Vedic tradition. A point, a portal, when you are not you, when the duality ends. And at this specific day, this sage who was waiting to be bloomed, whose fragrance will be felt as far as the corners or the four corners of the world. A day will come when the fragrance will bloom. On this specific day in the morning, when it was neither day and night, Guru Nanak had his dip in the sacred river of the river, the water element. And the story says Guru Nanak went in. And he went in, he never came back. 3 days. Long story cut short, he was declared dead. And real attainment, real blooming happens when the world sees you dead. 3 days. For the Samadhi, for the union of the individuality with the totality, Atam Pratam Ekokara, the union of the individual self and the universal self, they say it is only authentic if you can be in that state for 3 days. On the first day, the known world dissolves. On the second day, the unknown world dissolves. And on the third day, that which sees the known and the unknown dissolves. You have now attained Samadhi. You have become balanced. Samadhi, Sama, balance. He was awakened. On the third day, he came out with a fragrance. He has now become the ocean. He was no more the wave. And at being the wave, he traveled to different locations around the world to share the fragrance. Some of the beautiful presenters have touched this. Guru Nanak, when he went and sat with the Tibetan masters, they call him Lama Nanak, Rinpoche Nanak, which means the precious Guru. In the south, he is known as Buddha Nanak. And the Sufis, they call him Baba Nanak, Wali Nanak. Wali means friend. The friend Nanak. He was a friend. Another title given by the mystics of the desert, they are called, is Tajdare Kayanat, Wali Nanak, which means the crowned prince of spirituality. The crowned prince of spirituality, Baba Nanak. And like that, the yogis call him Avadhut Nanak. The Sikhs call him Guru Nanak. And the Hindus call him Nrankari Nanak, Avatari Nanak. You know, if you were to dive deeper into this, I'm just going to spend a few moments in this. This is an important part of the universality of the teachings of the Guru. The Sikhs claim he was a Sikh. But there are Hindu writers who claim he was Hindu. And then there are Sufi masters who declare he was a Sufi. Guru Nanak don't belong to any tradition, yet Guru Nanak belongs to all the tradition. Among the Sufis, he was a Sufi. Among the Hindus, he was a Hindu. Among the Buddhists, he was a Buddhist. And among the Sikhs, he was a Sikh. So this universal man traveled around the world, gave his fragrance, and everybody owned him. And those of you who know, towards the end of his life, the Hindus claim he should be cremated. He's a Hindu master. It is described in the Vedas. The Vedas declared that an avatari Nanak, the Bhavishya Purana mentions that a man of the age, Nam Avatara, who will be the avatar of Nam, of the sacred sound, will manifest Pachmay Subhadeshra. In the northern land, a man, avatar, will come. He belongs to us. And the Sufis, they say, no, our Sufi masters have described him. In their predictions, he belongs to us. And long story cut short, a conflict happened. And it was decided we will leave the body of Guru Nanak and we will leave some flowers by the side. And if the flowers of the Hindus remained fresh, he's a Hindu. And if the flowers of the Muslims or the Sufis remain fresh, he's a Muslim. And the story says next morning, the body had merged into the 5 elements. The body has merged into the 5 elements. The body was so sacred that fire could not burn it, earth could not dissolve it, water could not dissolve it. No 5 element can dissolve the sacred body of the awakened one, of the fragranced one. So the Hindus took the flowers and cremated it, and the Sufis took the flower and buried it. And later on, the Sikhs built a temple over it, a Sikh temple. So if you were to ever have this opportunity to visit the sacred sites, a Sikh temple with a Hindu shrine and a Sufi shrine. That was Guru Nanak, one and all. His conversation with the Sufi, with these yogis, he went all the way to Mount Sumeru, which was known as the highest land. And those of you who know, according to the ancient way of mapping the known creation, our universe, Mount Sumeru is always known to be the center of the universe. So in the center of the universe, there is a mountain known as Mount Meru or Mount Sumeru, which is in the Himalayas. In that location, the yogis have been meditating for thousands of years, and they were waiting for the touch of the awakened one. They were called. And Guru Nanak with his disciple, Bala and Mardana, one Sufi, one Muslim, one Hindu and one Muslim, traveled all the way up and sat with the yogis. Guru Nanak blessed them. And they had a conversation. And in this conversation, there are many beautiful gems. It's not just the state of mind, it is also how to readjust the patterns of your body. Yoga is a state of mind. Guru says, Guru ka shabad mara, man mara, sundar yoga tari jiyo, yoga chit vritti nirodha. The balancing of the vrittis is yoga. But how to balance those vrittis? How to balance those vrittis? It's a state of mind. How to attain that state of mind? I don't know my mind. The mind is described as, if you are here, it is there. And if you go there, it is here. So this is mind. So how to attain the yoga in the state of mind? Guru ka shabad mara man mare. You have to start with the body, because this is our known realm. And then you have to start with the most important thread of life we call the Pavan Guru. In the words of Guru Nanak, in the teachings of Guru Nanak, in the yogic touch to the teachings of Guru Nanak, there are beautiful 3 pillars. One is called Pavan Guru. Pavan Guru, which is the breath as the guide. Breath is the guide. That's the first guide you must have, not the mind. Because if you were to seek the mind, the guidance of the mind, you are here, it will go there. If you go there, it will come here. At the blink of the eye, they say mind vibrates 1,000 times. One blink, 1,000 times. It's so fast, faster than the speed of light. So you have to start with what you know, what is tangible, what is gross in your realm. And we started off with the breath being the prana which connects the prani to the pranapati. The knowing of the breath to go back into being. Knowing and being unites. In the primordial, there was being, now there is knowing. When you see, what is the seeing made of? Knowing. When you hear, what is the hearing made of? Knowing. When you're smelling, what is the smelling made of? Knowing. When you touch, what is the touch made of? Knowing. The five senses, Guru says, Panchaka, Guru Ek Dhyan. All the five senses through which you give birth to the world, they can be united through one wisdom, Eka Dhyan, through dhyan, through awareness. And all this is controlled by the breath. Prani, prana, and pranaya. Pranapati. So we start with the breath, in our own knowing, in our own thoughts. And thoughts only can think about the past or the future. They are not now. Thoughts can only think about the past and the future. They are not now. Breath is now. The cosmic hum is now. These are the only two things that are present. Guru says, Hazr, Hazur hai. Zahir, Zahur hai. It is in the here and it is in the now. But you are always lost in the thoughts, which is either in the past or either in the future. Tak dam karari jo karo hazir hazur khudai. The moment you know the secret of the breath, which is in the now, hazir hazur khudai, that which divine you are searching is right here, right now. So it's about quietening the mind and diving into the sacred breath and the sacred sound, which is known as Shabad Guru. So Pawan Guru and Shabad Guru. These are two important tools through which we can attain the state of yoga, attain the state of unity. Now, when the Pawan Guru and Shabad Guru becomes one, what will happen? What will happen? That's the next sutra. Guru says, these are the three limbs of Guru Nanak's yogic teachings. Pavan Guru, Shabad Guru, and when these two unites, your sut comes in. Your awareness now is in the head. And the head is either in the past or the future. When God was in the now, God was in the now. It is always Ada Satya Jugada Satya Habi Sach Nanak Hosi Be Sach. It is always such. It's here right now. So when Pawan Guru and the Shabad Guru, the cosmic hum, both are united through Surt, awareness. In that union, something blooms in you. And that is described as Wah. Wah. Hey Guru. Wah means wow. Wah means wow. There's a sense of wowness. It's not some extraordinary experiences that you need to find. You don't need to find light. You don't need to find heaven. No. The Guru says, wow. You will go into a state of wow, a state of easiness. Suddenly, big problems will become small problems. Know that you're walking the path. So Shabad Guru, Pavan Guru unite together. The third limb. Wah, He Guru. Wah, He Guru. Shabad Guru, Pavan Guru, Wah, He Guru. Wah means wow. Wah means wow. He means now. He means now. And Guru means wisdom. Vaheguru means the wisdom of wow in the now. The wisdom of wow in the now, not in the future. Because divine is in the now, consciousness in the now, the breath is in the now. Just that you are always in the past or the future. You think the wow in the now will become in the future. No, no, no. It will be experienced as wow in the now. So these are the three limbs: Pavan Guru, Shabd Guru, and Vahiguru. Uniting your Pavan with the cosmic hum and going into an easiness in life. Life becomes easy. Big problems, small problems. It's not that some problems will dissolve, problems will remain, conflicts will remain, but there's a sense of let go. There's a sense of sitting. This is known as Guru ka Shabd Mara Manamara Sundar Joga Tarijiyo. Through the tools that the divine has bestowed upon you, which you keep forgetting because you get lost in your own 1,000 thoughts at the blink of the eye. So it's called Savdhan Ikagrachit. First, learn to sit still. Because when the body moves, be with me, my friends. When the body moves, mind moves. And when the mind moves, the world moves. So to attain that state of union, of yoga, you have to start from what you have. You have to start from the body. You have to start from the breath. If I was to use the yogic terms for this, it's called asana, or asana, or pranayama. But in the Guru's word, the terminology, it's called savdhan. Savdhan, the body should be straight. Prab apne se hovo savdhan. First, stilling of the body. You want yoga? You want to unite? First, still the body. Number one. Number two, still the breath. Savdhan, ikagra, ikagrata. In ekagrata, because breath is connected with the mind. When the breath is shallow, life is shallow. When the breath is deep, life is deep. Power Guru, wisdom of the breath. Everything is the breath, my friends. And the Guru goes, I think I have time, so just a bit more. And the Guru goes deeper. Guru talks about the breath in the Siddha Gosht, where he sat with the enlightened masters, the Siddhas. Guru says, Tre Sat Ungal. Tre, 3. Sat, 7. Tre Sat Ungal. Vai Audu Shunya Sach Aharo. Gurmukh bola Tat Virola Chine Alkha Paro. The Guru says 3 plus 7, 10. 10 fingers away from you, the divine kisses you. God is kissing you. 10 fingers away from you. And this is the yogic concept for 8 and 10 here. Your breath starts here. The Guru says that in Siddha Gosht. Breath doesn't start here. Breath starts. This is Shunya. This is the primordial void here. And in the words of the Buddha, one day he had a matchstick and he lit the matchstick, and where did this light come from? Here. And then he blew it off. Where did the light go? Here. And the Guru says, life comes from here. 10 fingers away from you, Shunya. There's a space of Shunya. I hope you're with me. There's a space of Shunya. There's a space of emptiness. Now, the going out breath. Be with me, my friends. We're almost done. We'll do a beautiful practice. As the breath goes out, the breath stops here. The breath stops here. For a millisecond, there's a changing of the gear. The outgoing breath becomes the incoming breath. And then it goes in and it changes gear. 2 times the breath stops. This is known as Shunya. The coming breath is life. And the going breath is death. Coming breath is life. Going breath is death. At this moment, you are neither in the realm of life, neither in the realm of death. The Shunya. This, you and me share this space, Our breath makes us individual, but this space we share. In the words of Rumi, the great Sufi master. He says, we all meet where the road ends. And this is where the road ends, because when the breath is moving, mind is moving. And when the mind is moving, you're on your journey. But here the road ends. And you and me are meeting that. Ishunya Sach Aharo. The source of your existence is not here, it's right here. So the sutra says, Guru Nanak says in Siddha Gosht, learn to be with your breath, still the body, and allow the breath to come as slow as you can, still the breath. And then once you have inhaled completely, hold the breath. Hold the breath. Yoga, jugat kat sed kar pavana theraye. Pavana theraye. Those of you understand this. Pavana theraye. Hold the breath. They're tools. It's not just a philosophy. The Guru Granth Sahib, the text for humanity, not for the Sikhs only, is a sacred sound which contains the vibrations that flow through Hindus, that flow through Sufis. It's not just a Sikh text, it's for everybody. And that text not only mentions the philosophy, it gives you tools. It mentions bhakti, shakti, jnana, karma, yoga. A yogi finds yoga in the Sri Guru Granth. A bhogi finds bhoga in the Sri Guru Granth. A karma yogi finds karma in the Guru Granth, Sri Guru Granth. So these are some of the tools, some of the techniques which the Guru has bestowed upon us, so that we on the path, regardless of your belief or you don't believe, it's not about that. These are your personal tools. It's not that if you are belonging to a certain tradition, then you will have this. These are universal tools. Your breath belongs to you. And the Guru says, know yourself through your breath. Suno re tu kaun. Find who you are. Aap pashane tasha jane. Aur kaisi chatrai. You have to find yourself before you can find God. And the Sufis made it so clear also. The Sufis, they say, Gavacha aap fire labbe rabbanu. Wang murgiyan roodiyan pholda hai. You're searching everywhere. God, God. The God was so close to you. There's a sutra in the Vedas. Beautiful sutra. There was a question. There was a question. Katham ekaho deva iti. Katham ekaho deva iti. Tell me, what is this one God? Everybody is talking about one God. What is this one God? Question was that. And the answer was, Prana iti siddha Brahma. The prana is God. It's the direct manifestation of the divine coming in you. Life is the kiss of the divine. Saragatomi nireva sada. In the sacred Quran, this beautiful sutra, it's closer than your breath, right? So if you can hold on to your breath, you can find the source. You cannot find the divine through cunning ways. Socha sochna hovai, the Guru says. It's not known through your intelligence. It is known by letting go of everything and being and flowering into what is happening in the now. And the only thing, the two things that are happening in the now, or which we can directly assess, is the coming and the going of the breath and our awareness, which is always there. So if you can bring your awareness and you let it sit on the pavan, on the prana, on the breath, and the Guru, the wisdom will flow into you. So I will just dive into a small meditation with you, my friends, just for 30 to 45 seconds, where I just want you to become aware of this experience. And this is experience of being. It's not some extraordinary experience. God is very ordinary, you know that? But you're finding God in some extraordinary experiences, and which will never happen. Because every experience is an extraordinary experience. It's not extraordinary. So my friends, I just want you to bring your spine straight. Union, yoga, spine straight. Savdhan, the body has to be still. And then ikagar, the mind has to be anchored. And how to anchor the mind? Through the power of the breath. So I just want you to inhale and just hold the breath. and mentally recite the sutra Vaheguru 4 times. 4 times. Hold the breath and recite mentally Vaheguru. And exhale. One more time. Spine straight. Don't move the body. Don't move. And inhale deep. And just hold the breath. And hold the breath. This is holding life. When you hold your breath, you hold life. And when you hold a life, you become alive. This is called being pregnant with God. This is God. In its most ordinary experience, life, God is life. Life is God. Hold. And 4 times mantra Vaheguru. Just meditate. Just mentally vibrate. Vaheguru. And exhale, please. Completely exhale. And one more time, inhale. And hold. And as you hold the sacred breath, let this breath be the breath of the stars. Let this breath be the breath of the cosmos. And hold and vibrate Vaheguru, 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 Vaheguru. And exhale. One more time, powerfully inhale. And hold the sacred breath. And this is not your breath, my friends. This is the breath of the divine. This is the kiss of the divine. Can you hold the kiss of the divine? Please hold the kiss of the divine. And hold. And as you hold this breath, you become aware. Something in you opens up. Please become aware of that. It's not something difficult. It's not an extraordinary experience. Hold the breath and something starts to bloom. Something becomes aware. Hold and recite mentally Vaheguru. And my friends, exhale. One more time, powerfully inhale. And hold the sacred breath. By holding the breath, you become aware. You become aware. You become alive. Become aware of this alive and hold the sacred breath now. And don't move and hold the breath now. And I want you to tense your whole body. Tense the whole body. Tense the whole body. Don't move the breath. We are moving in. Don't let the breath go. Hold the sacred breath. Medical reasons, relax. Other than that, tense your whole body, please. Tense your face. Tense your eyes. Tense your skull. Tense your spine. Tense your spine, the seat of Shushmana. And through the nose, exhale. One more time, inhale. And hold. And as you hold the sacred breath, tense your whole body. Make your hands into a tight fist. And your feet tense, your legs tense, your chest tense, your shoulders tense, your face tense, your eyes tense, your forehead tense, your skull tense, and the spine tense. Tense, squeeze. Give an experience. Go, hold. Medical reasons, relax. This is your breath. It has nothing to do with any religion. This is your own modification of your reality. And exhale. One more time, inhale. And hold. And please tense the whole body again from head to toe. Squeeze and tense, specifically your forehead. Your forehead. We're almost done. We're almost done, my friends. Hold, squeeze, tense your forehead. Tense your forehead. Tense your forehead and your skull. And into your spine. Tense your spine. Squeeze yourself into your spine. And exhale. 2 more times we're going to do. Inhale. And hold. And those of you who are just listening, please, these are the last 2. Hold and experience your own breath, your own being, your own reality. Hold, squeeze and tense. Through the power of the Pavan Guru, hold and your surut and your awareness, holding, hold and squeeze and tense yourself from head to toe. The 33 trillion cells and the 33 trillion gods and goddesses in the yogic tradition, all within the own body. And my friends, through the nose, exhale. Last time, inhale. And hold and tense and squeeze yourself. Your forehead, please. Your skull. Pragate Gopal Mahant ke mathe. In the forehead, the divine blooms. In the forehead, the divine takes bath. Pragate Gopal Mahant ke mathe. At the forehead, the third eye, it is called. Hold, squeeze, and tense yourself into your spine now. Squeeze, hold, and through the nose, exhale. And just for a few seconds, don't move the body. And something in you has set. Something in you has opened up. It's not a deep, very extraordinary experience. It is just your own self. You just known yourself without the reference of the head. It is just for a few milliseconds. And with this realization, my friends, please open your eyes. Sadhana. Blessings to all of you. So I was told to give a short experience and share some yogic wisdom, gems of Guru Nanak, how to be in the state of yoga. This is a simple meditation which you can extend to 5 to 10 minutes, as simple as holding your own breath and listening to your own consciousness and listening to your own awareness. Something will sit, and that is called Sahaja. That is called Sahaja, Sahaja Yoga, the union through the spontaneous anchoring of the awareness. When the breath sits, mind sits, and when the mind sits, the world sits. And that with time becomes Samadhi, becomes a part and parcel. You're sitting, you are anchored. You're standing, there's something in you sits. The Guru says, Utata, Bhatata, Sovata, Nam. You return to your being while you are walking, while you're sitting, and while you're talking. So this is the journey, and I hope it makes sense. And once again, thank you so much for this sacred space. Appreciate all those who have contributed to the blooming of this sacred space. So this is called Sangha. This is Sangat. Sangata, Sangate in the Tibetan tradition. Sangate, to sit together and to find freedom. Sang, to sit together, Gate, freedom. To find the freedom from the self by sitting with those who are walking the path of Dharma. To become a siddha. To become a siddha, the one who has freed himself or herself from himself or herself. There's a sutra in the Tantric tradition, Siddha Swatantra Bhava, the one who has freed himself from himself, the one who has freed herself from herself, become a Siddha. And the Guru says, Suniya, said the Pir Suranath, if you learn to listen to your breath, if you learn to listen to the cosmic hum, to the Shabad, you will become a Siddha and Sura and Nath. You become the master of your own life. You can direct your mind. Now your mind is directing you. And then a time comes where you can direct your mind.